So the market is just in a full on sale mode for the last couple of days, and you're probably wondering where is the bottom? When will we ever recover? And what is the cause for this huge sell-offs that we're experiencing day after day since the earnings seasons of Meta, of Microsoft, of Google as well? So you're probably wondering what is the cause? Well, I will go into two people that are looked at as the most responsible people when it comes to this whole sell-off. And one of them is Michael Burry. And Michael Burry, of course, very famous for The Big Short. He was the big figure in The Big Short movie, and he was really famous for shorting the subprime housing, for shorting mortgages at the peak of the real estate bubble. So this is why he's famous. And right now he is active on Twitter again. He's tweeting a lot, almost daily since October 31st, and he's really tweeting that he wants to short the whole Mag 7, the whole tech rally, everything that's involved with tech, everything that's involved with Nvidia. So that's why he's really making a lot of news recently. Of course, you have Jim Chanos as well, also a famous short seller. He is, of course, famous for shorting Carvana. He came out with this whole sell report about Carvana. And right now, he's also really skeptical when it comes to the Mag 7, when it comes to AI, when it comes to tech. But let's get into Michael Burry first. So Michael Burry's main argument about why companies are overvalued, and he's especially attacking Nvidia and he's especially attacking Meta. So these two of the whole Mag 7 are taking heavy fire for Michael Burry. And why is he attacking Nvidia? Well, he's saying that a lot of people are buying Nvidia chips that are only valuable for 2 to 3 years. After that, they become obsolete. So he's saying especially that there are companies like Meta, like Microsoft, but especially Meta, that have bought like really a lot of these chips, of these Nvidia chips that will be obsolete in 2 or 3 years. And then Meta have to write it off. They have to write it off their balance sheet, saying, hey, we bought all these chips, but they're now worthless. And all the output that we generated with these chips is also worthless. So we need to really get rid of that. And we need to take that loss on our profit sheet, on our profit and balance sheet. And this is why Meta is taking most of the fire. And then, of course, we have Nvidia, who's selling all these chips. And of course, he's saying, Michael Burry, of course, is saying that Nvidia is selling these chips, but this won't be long until a lot of other companies will come out and they will find better chips that will improve and that are be seen as better than Nvidia. And this is why Nvidia is also taking a lot of fire. And even to add to that, today a report came out that SoftBank, who had a huge stake in Nvidia, is also selling their shares, and they sold, I think, 5.5 billion worth of Nvidia stock. So this, of course, pushes Nvidia stock down even further. And the timing is very particular. It's not coincidental, I think. However, it's very particular because right now everybody is kind of selling tech, and this also happens after earnings usually. So it's not really certain whether there's something wrong or it just a lot of people just taking profit. Well, back to Michael Burry. He's especially attacking Meta for saying after 2 to 3 years, once Meta builds all these things, then they will have to write off a lot of the losses that they made by acquiring chips. So to give another example for me and you, so let's say we buy a lot of Core i5 Intel chips, that were the big hit in like a few years ago, and then a few years later you have the Core i7 chip, which is of course an improvement of Core i5. Then you have all these Core i5 chips that are just sitting there, and you cannot really use them for your laptop. Your laptop has become slow, so it's not the best thing to have a lot of in-house. So this kind of the example that Michael Burry is giving. This is also the example that Jim Chanos was giving, saying a lot of this GPU they will have to write off. They say companies are now buying in bulk and they have to write it off. So this is also a big reason why specifically the Mag 7, who invest a lot together with Nvidia in AI data centers, in language models using AI, this is why they have been taking heavy fire recently. So these two people are a big cause of the huge sell-off. However, there are other factors as well, such as the government shutdown. A lot of money is being accumulated. It's not being put into the economy right now. So this also holds back a lot of investments. A lot of buyers are on the sideline, but they cannot participate. So there are mostly sellers active right now, selling the stocks, taking profit and pushing stocks down further. So this is very bad if you're a long-term investor, if you're long a stock, if you have a call option and you want to profit from a stock going up. This is not happening right now. So what can you do? What's the best strategy to do right now? If you are a short-term investor or even a long-term investor, it's not very easy to see where the bottom is. However, it is easier to see the inflection point. It is easy to see when the rate cut will come. It is easy to see when the government will open again, because of course they have to open again. They have to open again soon because a lot of people are without money right now, especially when you work for the government. So this is a bad thing. And so you need to know when these inflection points will come, and then you will see buyers who are now on the sidelines. They will start participating again, and the bulls will enter the market again. Because right now we are in full-on bear market. It's full-on bear territory, and it's not really good news for the bulls right now.